gonna go back, right? So my first wife, my first wife, very voluptuous as a 17-year-old. That turns into fat. You get the girl that's kind of skinny, and then she turns into Laura. Guys just don't understand.
Alright y'all, welcome back to another video on Cage IQ. Now let me tell you something, my brothers. In the Money Moicano voice. There is 7 deadly sins in this world, and in this video we're going to be talking about one of them. Greed. In this life, you cannot be greedy, or else it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. And in this situation, it came back to bite Francis Ngannou in the ass, and that's what we're going to talk about. So without further ado, let's get into it. Run the intro. Alright y'all, so if you guys don't know, breaking news, Francis Ngannou has split ways with the PFL. Now, Francis signed with the PFL about 3 years ago, in 2023 I believe, after he parted ways with the UFC. He felt like the UFC were not treating him the right way, and after he defended his belt against Cyril Gane, he came at Dana with some pretty wild demands, talking about he wants to fight in boxing, he wants this amount of money, he wants health insurance, he wants X, Y, and Z. And quite frankly, was he a big enough star to warrant all of those demands? Quite honestly, I don't think so. And now that these stories have come out of Francis Ngannou, it backs up what Dana was saying. He didn't deserve any of that. And all these videos of Dana White in the past talking about how bad Francis Ngannou is character-wise, it's really showing it in full color today. 3 years later, he's only fought one fight in the PFL. One fight. And that was against Renan Ferreira. When was that? 2024? Bro, what are we doing? The PFL gave you so much leverage, so much leeway, and you just threw it right back in their face. You have no respect. Now, I've always been a Francis Ngannou fan since he joined the UFC, ever since he got the belt from Stipe. You know, it's always good to see an African guy put on for their continent. But one thing that stands out with a lot of African dudes, they come in with this humble act of, you know, I'm coming in, I don't really understand the language barrier. I'm just here trying to fit in, work hard, do my best, get as much money as possible. And then when they touch that money, next thing you know, they start acting out of character. And Francis Ngannou is the biggest example.
Do you think that Dana White will give you credit now for having known your worth and been able to cash in on your talent?
I don't give a shit about what Dana White thinks.
Can I get it?
That's his problem.
I think Dana is trying to make things up to like buy a good face in the position that he have lost. Dana have lost this in this situation, and the only thing is that he can't understand it. Like, bro, I won everything. I left. Like, it's been what, almost 2 years, and the guy is still out there. He can live without it. He can handle me. Like, regardless of everything that happened, I'm not about him.
So you mean to tell me 10 M's wasn't enough for one fight? So you mean to tell me you having part ownership or a say in what the PFL does wasn't enough? So you mean to tell me crossing over to boxing while you're in the PFL wasn't enough? This is all we needed to hear. Francis Ngannou is a greedy guy, and it came to bite him in the ass. Now the question is, can he redeem himself from all of this? I don't know. I honestly don't know. There are a lot of options on the table for Francis right now, but time is ticking. He's not getting any younger. He's gonna be 40 this year. I don't think y'all understand. Francis is not a spring chicken. He's 40. He's gonna be 40 this year. Now, how many 40-year-olds do you know are still fighting at a high level? Not many. Francis Ngannou could be an anomaly. But the thing is though, he's been on the sideline for so long, and there's so many, you know, pictures and evidence of him just looking out of shape. Now don't get it twisted. He could definitely pop right back into shape. He's an athlete. He has African genes, and you know African genes are second to none. But the thing is though, age and father time is undefeated. So the longer you wait, the worse it's gonna become for you. Now he can go back to MMA, sign with Jake Paul, maybe fight on his Netflix ESPN deal he has going on. He just signed Ronda Rousey, so Francis Ngannou will be another big name to sign. Why not? If they pay him the right money, I definitely think he's gonna sign. or he can go back to boxing. The question is, if he goes back to boxing, who's he gonna fight? I know a lot of people will be lining up to fight Francis because they think he's easy pickings. He still has a lot of power in his hands, but after that Anthony Joshua knockout, I know a lot of heavyweights are gonna be on his ass. All I know is that Francis Ngannou has a target on his back, inside and outside the cage or the ring, whatever it's gonna be. And I know right now Dana White is doing backflips. He's doing backflips, bro, because he predicted all of this. And right now, he's probably celebrating, getting ready to announce this he's getting ready to announce this White House card. And he's looking at Francis like an idiot. I remember Francis came with Kamaru Usman with the UFC gear on, thinking he's about to get another chance in the UFC. Bro, sit your ass down, bro. Sit your ass down, bro. It's not happening. Dana's looking at you like a fool. That's like another way. That was like another way of him saying, "Yo, sign me back into the UFC. I'm with Kamaru Usman's entourage, and I want to get back into the UFC." No, bro. Dana's not going for it, bro. He doesn't need you. As unfortunate as it sounds for you, Francis, he doesn't need you. What are you gonna do now? That's like, it's looking like the end of the road, man. You gotta figure something out. Anyway, I'm out of here.